The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both the TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. Sealed Showdown has been fantastic lately. I mean, we just had Battle Pack recently, and we are arguably moving into one of the best sets for this series, Legendary Collection 3, Yugi's World. If you've never seen this set or like an overview of this set, this has like every broken anime card you can think of in this single set, and a lot of them are like actually low rarity on top of it, so it's very likely Robert and I are going to be bringing constructed level decks into Sealed Showdown today for like 2005/6 standards. So temper your expectations a little bit, but I think this episode is gonna rock. We got 25 packs of this to open. Let's see what we get in our first pack. And I was really hoping for a bang, but honestly, this is kind of a dud. Like, the coolest thing we got is like a Necro Valley, but that's if we even get any Gravekeepers to play with them. The problem with this set is that as many powerful cards as there are, there's also a lot of shit ones. And as you can see by Big Eye, Fairy's Gift, and Two-Headed King Rex, there's a chance that we could whiff.
Folks, we have arrived at possibly the nuttiest sealed set in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, Legendary Collection 3 Yugi's World. When I did my Wave Motion Yu-Gi-Oh series that included sets around the main set to be playable in a progression style series, Yugi's World broke the format to the point that any format that touched it was unplayable. And today we are opening 25 packs of this set. Let's get into it. First off, Necro Valley is okay. The Gravekeepers are all ultras and supers, but Necro Valley itself is kind of worth playing. The Horus line is all common, which is kind of sick, and we have Black Illusion Ritual at rare, and I think Relinquished is a rare as well. One of the cool things about this set is that most of the cards that work together are at the same rarity, so you can expect to see roughly usable cards together, at least in a single rarity, such as rare and ultra. Let's see what we get in our second pack.
Pack number 2, anything better? DD Warriors removal, so that one we will take. Arm Dragon level 5 is also, like, playable, I will say. I think there's some much better cards we could play in its place. Big Shield Garden is also, like, okay. I wouldn't discount this entirely. Black Horn of Heaven would be good, but I don't think there's, like, any extra deck shenanigans, so I don't think this is, like, fantastic for our set. If we want to play Stall, Dark Door is an option. Dark Grepher and Green Baboon, like, maybe the makings of something, but so far, not really much to talk about.
Aquamador as the secret rare rip. Creature Swap as a super rare, however, is incredible, and we have Ordeal of a Traveler as well. I think this card's going to come in very handy, as long as we can keep a diversity of cards in our hand. My Body as a Shield, also something to look out for. Next pack, Dark Hole as the secret rare. All right, Dark Hole and a Horus the Black Flame Dragon level, and a Solemn Warning. A common Solemn Warning. Solemn Warning is a common. Hey, there's a secret rare Sengen and an ultra rare Gores. I genuinely think Gores is one of the best sealed cards in history. I'm glad to see this, even if my super rare is Polymerization.
There we go. There's a Compulse. Again, not like the best removal card, but we'll take it based on everything else that we've seen. And funny enough, in the common slot, Beta the Magnet Warrior coming in at 1700 is actually like the best common in the set. So as silly as this is, I'm happy to see this. Spellbinding Circle's like okay. Mystic Swordsman level 2 is pretty good. I mean, just look at these hollows, or I should say rares, because these are just like all different variants of rares. Like, I like the throwback here, but none of these cards are playable. Giant Germ is also one of the most playable commons in this set, so if we get a playset of this, I will be happy. I think Nimble Manga is in here as well. Silent Swordsman level 5 is okay. Flying Kamakiri number 1 is like an okay secret rare, but I don't even know if we have any good wins to go into. If we actually pulled Arm Dragon level 3, there is a bit of a combo there.
Mystic Tomato with our Sangen is pretty good, as is Heavy Storm. This is a very good combination of cards. Reckless Greed and Super Rare is interesting. We'll see if we get multiple copies of that. But Mystic Tomato plus Sangan is great. The Hex Sealed Fusions are also something to keep an eye out for. I don't know what our fusion lineup looks like in this set, but if we can use the Hex Sealed Fusions, they open up a lot of potential strategies for us. Big Shield Guard and a secret rare. Probably one of the worst secret rares we have access to. But hey, there's Horus 4. I now have the entire Horus lineup. Let's see if we can find a way to get these to win battles. Also, Gravekeeper's Guard at Ultra Rare and Gold Sarcophagus at Common are pretty good pickups. Happy to see those. Oh no, I predicted I would get only legs of Exodia as my secret rares, and that prophecy appears to be coming true. A second Solemn Warning at Common is fantastic though.
There we go. This pack's looking a little bit better. So Shining Angel, another recruiter, Raigeki Break as a possible just removal option, even though it is a 2-for-1, but there is a lot of like cool graveyard setup with this set if we ideally pull the right cards for it. Gadgets are in here, but it's pretty unlikely we're going to pull like a play set or multiple play sets of them, so it's probably not on the table. Well, we're getting the recruiters. Unfortunately, we're not getting any matching ones. That's a Mother Grizzly. Gold Sark's kind of neat because in this series specifically, we have enough time to actually pull stuff from our deck with this, so we'll probably play that. Yo, there we go. Blackluster Soldier, baby. That's what we want to see. Now, the only issue is, do we have a good enough light and dark pool to support it? I think this is like our second or third mystical elf, so we might have the lights covered by just that alone. The darks, I mean, Gravekeeper's Recruiter is nice, but the problem is I don't think we've pulled any other good Gravekeeper cards yet, but if we get lucky enough and pull like a full Gravekeeper suite, that'd be pretty cool. Although now that I think about it, that's anti-synergistic to BLS, because if we have Necro Valley up, we can't summon BLS. In any case, we'll figure it out. I also shouldn't discount Reckless Greed before I move on to the next pack. If we get multiples of this, I think we'll play it.
Oh no. Oh no. Imperial Order is in this set. Pretty sure it's pre-errata. Oh, I hope this doesn't come up. Gravekeeper's Assailant at Ultra Rare is interesting too. We've seen Necro Valley and 3 Gravekeepers at Ultra Rare. Also, Level Up helps us get into Horus. That's definitely something to look out for more copies of. A Giant Rat. Giant Rat is a good recruiter. I'd prefer to get multiples of the same recruiter, but a Giant Rat is pretty good. Rite of Spirit is Monster Reborn for our Gravekeepers in case we go into that strategy, and great, a red gadget at Ultra Rare.
Honestly, Mechanical Chaser in the Ultra Rare slot is not the worst, just because like the base attack stat in this set to beat is like 17 to 1800, and Mechanical Chaser clocks in at 1850. So I'm not, too upset to see this. Magic Jammer could also put in a lot of work because there's a lot of busted spells in this set. And Spiritualism is not MST, but it allows us to get in. So I'm happy to see this in the common. Okay, there is the right leg of the Forbidden One. Imagine actually pulling all 5 pieces of Exodia in 25 packs of this. That would be mental. This pack is actually mental though, because we got a Solemn Warning at common, Warrior Lady at rare, Raigeki Break at super, and Swords of Concealing Light at ultra. I think we're going to play all 4 of these. I was kind of joking about the whole Gravekeeper thing, but there's a Descendant. I mean, we're slowly getting the makings of a Gravekeeper deck. If we keep our, ultra rare luck up like this, we might actually get there. Horn of Heaven isn't terrible, but it's, not the best. Soul Taker at common is removal, so that's the first one of those we've seen.
Horn of Heaven is honestly a decent secret rare. We have a lot of cards that give us access to more cards, like Giant Germ. Horn of Heaven is pretty sick to see. Chain Disappearance could be good depending on what Alex is on, and Mystic Swordsman level 2 is actually a very, very good card for this format. Another Sangan and another Gravekeeper's Guard. We've got a really good control package working up here. Dark Lord Zerato, also an interesting thing to keep our eyes on, especially since we have Mystic Tomato and Sangan to work with. Also, Earth Chant. Earth Chant is interesting in case we don't get to the ritual spells necessary in order to summon like a Blackluster Soldier. I'll be keeping an eye on that too. There he is, Blackluster Soldier, let's go. Now, he's not the best card we have access to at Secret Rare. This set does contain Brain Control, Pot of Greed, and Graceful Charity in this slot, but as far as boss monsters go, I couldn't ask for a much better one. A Bottomless Trap Hole at Ultra Rare is great to see as well. Also, Monster Reincarnation may be good for us to make sure that we keep our stuff in play, our big guys, our big bosses. Speak of the devil and it shall appear. There's Brain Control, a phenomenal card at Secret Rare, and Dust Tornado at Ultra is not bad either. And Black Horn of Heaven is probably bad, depending on what Alex is on, but DD Warrior is probably pretty good. And Gilgarth is a pretty decent normal summonable, so I'll take that, I guess.
Okay, I keep shitting on the Gravekeeper. That's our second recruiter. I mean, we're only halfway through. There's a pretty high likelihood, I wouldn't say a pretty high likelihood. There is a likelihood that we could pull like 3 recruiter. I think Spy should be in here as well. I think it might be like a secret, or I think it's a secret. It might be Joey's World though. I don't remember for sure. In any case, Gravekeeper is like more and more looking like an option this time around. Kaiku's also not terrible either. Another Spiritualism. It's looking pretty good. That's a good pack. DD Assailant is 6, so is Mystic Swords in level 2. My Body is a shield as well, and Command Knight is actually surprisingly good because there's a lot of warriors that we would just generally want to play, and 1900 defense is nothing to scoff at when the base attack stat's like 17. 3 recruiters! We pulled 3 fucking recruiters! That's insane! Oh my god. I'm gonna have to look into this because I think that's actually viable. I can't believe our luck. I pulled more copies of this than I have of any like MRL recruiter. That's ridiculous. Book of Moon's quite good though, and so is Maneater Bug and another Soul Taker. So you know what? I mean, the good cards keep coming.
There's a 3rd Sangan at Secret Rare. I would prefer to stop getting those, but 3 is not terrible. There's... I'll take a 2nd Blackluster. I guess I said that I'd be happy with that card. I'm not really sure how we get lights in the grave in our deck, but this cannot be bad. Also, another Horus 4. We do want to see as many of those as possible because Horus 4 is the most crucial part of the combo. Spellbinding Circle also probably pretty good in sealed. And a Solemn Judgment at Secret Rare. That's a very good secret rare. I'll happily take that one. We are about 2/3 of the way through. I'm worried that I haven't seen many of the obscenely busted things at secret rare, but Solemn Judgment, it is a pretty good one, as is Sakuretsu Armor at super. Threatening Roar at secret rare, but there's a 2nd Necro Valley. We now have a fairly consistent Gravekeeper strategy. If I could get a Commandant at ultra rare, I'd be very, very happy with these pulls.
This is a pretty decent pack too. We got Bottomless, another Gold Sark, another Maneater Bug, and that's our 2nd Flying Kamakiri, which is pretty good because we already have 1, and if we want to play like the Armed Dragon thing, that's pretty synergistic. Very strong secret rare in Phoenix Wing Windblast. This is arguably a little bit better than Raigeki Break because it puts the card back on top of their deck, meaning that they actually blank their next draw, so I'm happy to see this. Rest of this pack, though, is a bit of a dud. Yo, Graceful Charity and Gravekeeper's Assailant. We're getting all of the fucking Gravekeeper cards. I guess we have to look into playing Gravekeepers. That's hilarious. You know, I joked about pulling all 5 pieces of Exodia. That's a non-duplicate piece, so we're 2 for 5 currently. We have 6 packs to go. It's not impossible, but I'm not holding my breath, and I honestly don't want to see more pieces of Exodia because there are much better cards we could pull.
Buster Blader as a secret rare, but hey, there's a Gravekeeper's Descendant. Also, Summon Skull is probably not terrible. 5 more packs left. Can we get some of the nutty cards in the close? Another Threatening Roar is not one of those, but we now have a pretty good removal suite in double Bottomless, double Sakuretsu Armor, and there's a Soul Taker as well. Do love to see that, and another DD Warrior. Okay, we have a lot of ways of getting rid of monsters, which is probably pretty good, as long as we can keep Alex off the spells. I suppose I have a couple of cards that could do that for me. Magic Jammer. A 2nd Gravekeeper's Descendant, though. Fascinating. Oh, if I could get a Commandant or a Spy, I would be so happy. There's a 2nd Giant Rat and the Commandant I asked for. So we now have Commandant, double Guard, double Descendant, Assailant, Spear Soldier, and double Necro Valley. That's a really strong Gravekeeper package. Now, if only I could find some light monsters to put into the grave for BLS.
2nd Mechanical Chaser and a 2nd Kaiku. I'm not going to complain about that in the slightest. That is our first Nimble Mamanga. I honestly wish that was a Giant Germ because I think we're 1-1 on those. I think that's our first Horus level 4, and that's also playable because level 6 and level 8 are also common. I think we've already pulled those up until this point. So there is like the potential that if we can just protect a Horus, that can get out of hand very quickly. All right, 3 Kaikus. I mean, I don't think I can complain just because he's like a somewhat above average attacker this set. He's also a Dark for BLS, and he also prevents Robert from going into BLS, which is important. I think that's our 3rd Spiritualism. Upstart Goblin's very funny, but I don't think we're going to play it. We only have a few packs left of this set, so honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and send the last few here. Let's see what we get.
No, Dedication Through Light and Darkness is just about the worst secret rare. Well, there's a light monster. I don't know how many copies of the Creator I've seen so far, but I know I've seen copies of the Creator Incarnate, and the Creator is a pretty decent light monster. Now we're talking. Trappole's also pretty good. 2 packs left. Can we get some of those Alex Cimoooooooo spell cards in the close. Solemn Judgment isn't one of those, but it is pretty good anyway. I will happily take a second Solemn Judgment. I guess my game plan is to just not let Alex play the game. Last pack. Can we get some of that magic in the close? Dark Magician Girl. I'm sure if I were a collector, I would be very excited about that. Well, these are interesting. I didn't get many of the extremely busted things I would have expected, but I suppose if my spell lineup was mid, Imperial Order's probably pretty good. Let's check out deck build.
A second BLS! Are you kidding me? That's wild. Oh my god, Robert's gonna shit when he sees that. That's great. Dust Tornado is also very welcome because I think we're lacking a lot of good spell and trap removal. Like, Spiritualism's okay, but Dust Tornado is by far and away better. There's the Emissary if we wanted to play our Exodia strategy. Very funny. Let's see what we get in our third to last pack, I believe. Let's see what we get. A non-repeating Recruiter, unfortunately, but Giant Rat may be able to make its way in. There's a Horus level 8 and Armed Dragon level 5. This pack kind of sucks in all honesty. Let's see what we get in our second to last pack. Another Gravekeeper. It's a Spear Soldier. This card kind of sucks, but you know what? With Necro Valley, it might be a little bit better. Level Limit Area B. It could be useful if we played Stall, but I don't know. I don't think Stall is really the move. I have to look at the pulls, like in the aggregate. Come on, just show me like one more big bomb here in the close. I would really like to see that. You know what? Another Giant Rat. At least I have 2 of them, so that's something. We can also like funnel into Mystic Swords in level 2, which is kind of cool. Trapple actually quite good because it's not bottomless, but for the most part, unless you pulled remove or revival, like who cares, right? Trap hole is still trap hole. So we'll take that. Honestly, I'm happy with our pulls. This is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what we come up with. So let's get to building.
Yeah, I think this deck can do it. I didn't pull any of those ridiculous DM spells. I pulled Dark Hole and Heavy Storm, which were pretty stock standard for the time this set was released in, but I did pull some pretty good ways to deal with it, including Imperial Order, a decent card as I've heard, and Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8. Anybody who's watched my series I Challenge You knows that I have been fiending to summon this card, and today is the day that I do it. The plan is to supplement the Horus package with a couple of additional ones, my BLS set and my Gravekeepers. The Gravekeepers are helpful because they can eat up Alex's back row so that Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 4 can cleanly run over a Recruiter without having to worry about trap cards, and they work really well to counteract the card I think most likely to define this set, the Seal of Orichalcos. This card is a promo that we got 5 of, but I'm only using 1 because it can only be activated once per duel. I expect Alex to be trying to play this card, and it's easy to see why. It gives a one-sided 500 attack boost and resists destruction by card effect. That card effect portion is really important because that doesn't mean that it can be protected from game mechanics, including the Necro Valleys that I can activate over Alex's copy in order to knock his out and still get the 500 boost for my own Gravekeepers. It's effectively a second copy of the Seal of Orichalcos, but it has some upsides like blocking Call of the Haunted or BLS. The BLS is also a finisher. This is a little bit cheesy, but I wanted to try it out because, you know, it's BLS. I don't like any of the light monsters in this set, so I decided to run the one Wadapon so I can search it off of Sandgan, summon it, block an attack, and then have BLS live for the rest of the duel. That's the entire BLS lineup. Everything else is meant to facilitate Horus. We've got a great suite of back row removal, a great suite of monster removal, and some things that help me deal with monster effects. For instance, the Wicked Breaking Flamberge Pow. This is a weird one. It allows you to gain 500 attack points for your monster, but it also negates the effects of monsters your equipped monster runs over by battle. So if I can run over a Maneater Bug by Horus 4, this card will negate its effect, and I can use Horus 4's effect to make sure that we get through. The side deck is a little bit of modulation as usual. Double Giant Rat, double DD Warrior Lady to bring in over the BLS combo because it's super cheesy and I don't expect it to work, and this is just the smarter way to do things. The one Gores in case I am fiending for back rows somehow. One Summon Skull because he's a gigantic dude. A couple of Rites of Spirit and a Call of the Haunted in case Resurrection is something I wish I had more of. And the Solemn Warnings and a bunch of other cheese stuff to go with them. I'm really excited to play this set. I'm really hoping Alex didn't get any of those ridiculous DM spell cards, but if he did, Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 will be waiting for him. let's see what he's bringing to the table.
All right, I'm going to be honest, wasn't expecting my deck to look like this, but I'm interested to see what Robert's is going to look like by comparison, just because I have a lot of secret rares in here, and so, like, the secret rares, like I said, can either be insane or just duds, and knowing Robert's luck, our decks might look completely different. So, let's do the card by card. I've got double BLS as our main win condition. We have a good amount of darks as well as lights, so this should be pretty easy for us to summon. Then we have some decent removal options in the form of Assailant, Warrior, and Warrior Lady. Actually, Giant Rat and Shining Angel can get Warrior and Warrior Lady respectively, so we actually have ways to like pseudo search these, which is kind of cool. We're playing a small Gravekeeper package of the 3 Recruiters and the Descendant. This may seem weird, but I want to have more darks, A, but B, I like this because there's a lot of weird shit that we would like want to set to like fake Robert out like Maneater Bug, and so if we have this, or a Recruiter rather, let's say Robert's on Mystic Swords in level 2, and this is a common, he could sniff out that he thinks I have a Maneater Bug set when I actually set Recruiter, so he just normals Mystic Swords in level 2, hits this, I just search another one, and basically we can just take out the Swordsman, then set Maneater Bug on the following turn. So I like the bait that Recruiter can essentially initiate in the psychology department, so we'll see if this is any good. I've got some fun plans on the side if it doesn't. We got triple Kaiku, because this is like maybe one of the best pulls we had. Double Maneater Bug, double Mystic Swords in level 2. There's a lot of stuff we want to hit with this, like Recruiters and such, so I actually think having 2 is quite worth it. Rat can also get into this as well. 1 Shining Angel. This is the biggest cope strategy here. We have Shining Angel to go into Silent Swords in level 3. The next standby phase go into level 5, which is like 2300. He's pretty good, but we'll see. I just don't think it's very strong. And then double Mechanical Chaser, because it's kind of a big dude, and it's also a dark for Chaos Synergy. That does it for the monsters. For the spells, we have a book. Creature Swap's kind of good, because we have a lot of stuff we'd like to give Robert, and if he has a big thing that we just want to take, I think that's a pretty fair exchange. Like, if we give him like a Recruiter, a flipped Maneater Bug, like anything like that, that's just prime fodder. Double Gold Sark. The game will probably go long enough that we can actually resolve this, so that's kind of cool. Graceful's insane. Double Soul Taker for removal. I've got 1 Spiritualism in here. I don't know how important spell and trap removal is going to be, but if I'm trying to go for a big BLS push, I want to have like some degree of removal, so that's why this is here. And Swords of Concealing Light's like a pseudo removal type card, depending on what Robert has. Then the traps, we have Bottomless Compulsed Dust, Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, Double Raigeki Break, Warning, and Trap Hole. It's just pretty much all the best removal we pulled and nothing else. For the side, I do have 1 Armed Dragon level 5. I'm kind of pissed I didn't pull an Armed Dragon level 3, because we could have played Flying Kamakiri, and then that way it goes into that to get into this, instead of going for like the Silent Swordsman shenanigans, although this is light for BLS, so that's kind of relevant, but this guy's like okay, so maybe we'll bring him in. Command Knight's kind of interesting, because we have a lot of warriors, and so it's a 1900 defender that buffs all our team, and if we bring in like Dark Greffers out of the sideboard, these become 2100 with Command Knight up, which is just like kind of big for what it's worth. So that's what that's here. I have this interesting idea to try to like, if all of like these like interesting synergies don't pan out, side all that crap out and bring in like triple Dark Greffer, more Gravekeepers, and Dark Creator, because we have a lot of darks. It just depends on if the game goes on long enough for us to be able to summon this, and if so, that would be insane, because Dark Creator is absolutely busted, but I just don't think the game will take that long where this card's going to be worth it, but we'll see. I also have 2 Mystical Elves in the side in case I need more light fodder, and depending on the way, like, if we take out the Silent Swordsmans, we need to up the light count, so, like, these aren't the best, but they're okay. 2k defenders are fine. Necro Valley's in here. I want to play this, but it contradicts with BLS, and BLS is, like, our main win con, so we'll see. More Spiritualisms if we want more back row disruption, and Rite of Spirit is actually quite good, because it's just Reborn for, or rather Call of the Haunted, I guess, for a Gravekeeper, and so if we, like, Recruiter for a Descendant, then Rite of Spirit back the Recruiter, then we have, like, a nice little advantage loop there, while also popping one of Robert's cards, but it requires a lot of deck space, so we'll see how things pan out. I'm excited to see what Robert's deck looks like. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've been waiting for this episode for quite some time, so ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Oh, buddy, you and I have been waiting for this set for months, and I could not be happier. How are you feeling? How are your pulls?
I'm looking forward to this one. My pulls were really interesting. I built an odd deck that requires me to plan my sequencing very carefully, but if it works, it's going to work very well.
I think what's exciting, similar to some other sets we've done before, is that the card pool is so vast that it's very likely we're coming into this with drastically different strategies. And I will see. Maybe it pans out. Maybe it doesn't.
That's pretty likely.
Let's shout the patron, TSR2494. Thank you for the support. And, buddy, you're going down. I've got the power of the die. I take back everything I just said.
All right.
You went in, too. You said, I don't have a die. So you had to actually mind game the die for once.
I did. Oh,
this hand is unbeatable.
Garbanzo. Oh, well, that's great to hear.
You're going to watch this back and be like, how the just I'll stop talking. Go ahead. Best of luck.
Well, I think there's nothing to it but to do it right now. I am going to activate the mighty seal of Orichalcos. All right. And we're going to normal summon.
If George can edit the seal of Orichalcos onto your head for the rest of the video, I will be thoroughly impressed, but that's fine. I'm actually kind of terrified. This card in sealed is actually fucking nuts.
Really good. And I'm going to normal summon a Gravekeeper's Descendant. And then I'm going to set 2 and pass.
Sounds good to me. I will draw. Man, seal's going to be a fucking problem. Main phase 1. I wasn't expecting you to run in here with this. Let's just go ahead and get to it, I guess. Let's activate the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Graceful Charity.
Oh, of course. Not only did you get it, but you opened with it.
It's not bad, right? It's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I've got some decisions to make here. How the fuck do I deal with a Commandant? Or not Commandant, Descendant. He's 2,000, too. Who needs Necro Valley?
A whole 2K, yep.
2K is huge in sealed. What are you talking about? All right, I'm going to pitch a Descendant of my own, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I'm not the only one on it.
You are not. This was an Ultra, I believe?
Yep.
Yeah, and we will get rid of a Mystic Swordsman level 2.
Interesting, okay.
I am going to activate Gold Sarcophagus.
Ooh, okay.
And while we're at it, I'll activate a second one.
Oh, excellent. Okay, well, I've got 2 turns on the power play here.
All right, so the question is now, what do I actually get with these 2 gold sarcophagi? Because theoretically, Graceful Charity is the best card in my deck, and that's kind of what I wanted. But now that we've used that, I need to figure out what the second and third best cards in my deck are.
I was going to say, I get to find out what the second and third best cards in your deck are.
And this is not Different Dimension Capsule, because you do, in fact, get to see the card, which I'm not particularly happy about. Here's the game plan. I'm going to banish a DD Warrior Lady.
Ooh, pretty good card.
And a Spiritualism.
Oh, interesting choices. Okay.
And then, not very interesting. I'm just going to set 1 and pass.
Set 1 and pass. All right. Draw for turn. Let's just get into the battle phase. What's that going to be? Like a Gravekeeper's Spy, Gravekeeper's Guard, Man-Eater Bug. Probably the worst thing that could have been for me. I will...
Fantastic.
I'll pass the turn here.
Interesting. Okay. We'll go main 1 in that case. Let's run out Giant Rat.
That's a pretty good one, and that's a pretty good one I don't particularly feel
you got the trap hole. Damn it. Okay. That's all for me. Go ahead. We're also on turn 1 on Sark, so I get my cards next turn.
I'm going to set a back row and pass the turn.
Okay.
This is a risky move.
Stand by. I get my 2 banished cards.
You do indeed.
We'll add these to hand.
Okay.
All right. It's nice to have more cards than you do now. We're actually even, so that's not even correct. Yeah, fuck it. Let's DD Warrior Lady.
That's perfectly fine.
15.
I will take 1,500.
And that's all I got.
Draw for turn.
You know, some people may hate this type of Yu-Gi-Oh! I love this shit. This is great.
I have the opportunity to make a really, really silly play.
Okay.
Wondering if this is the time to do it.
Like, how silly are we talking here?
It's pretty damn silly. It uses a lot of resources that I'm not sure I want to use.
Oh, I'm down for this then. If that's the case, I think you should do it. Think about the fans, Robert.
I think instead, I will have my opportunity. We will wait. There will be time. For now, I'm going to activate a good old, or normal summon a good old Gravekeeper's
So you're not activating anything.
I'm activating its gigantic attack stat is what I'm doing. Let's try to get out that DD
That's
Warrior
true.
Lady.
He's 21. Commandant's a nice pull, too. Interesting.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, okay. This is going to die. I'm thinking if I want to banish.
That's a terrifying set of words for you to say here.
Well, just the way the rest of my hand looks.
Just the
It's
way
actually-
the rest of my hand looks. I'm not sure if I want to banish the light monster that I just sent to the grave.
Don't worry about it, buddy. Don't worry about it. It's not even that, actually. I'm going to make the discipline play here and actually banish him.
Okay. There he goes, and you will take a nice...
Oh, sorry. I
600.
take 600. Yep. Thank you.
Your go.
Okay. That's a pretty good one. What do you got in here? Nothing for the most part. Let's go Kaiku.
That's gross. Yeah, that's okay.
18.
I'll take the 18. What
All
are you
right,
gonna
let's get your
banish?
descendant out of here.
All right.
I'm chilling. Go ahead.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. 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 Buddy.
You are not. No
Horace the
shot.
Black
You are about to
Flame
do
Dragon,
what I
level
think you're
4.
about to do.
I'll attack in with Horace 4 for 300 points. of
Okay.
damage.
You got me.
And during the end phase, I will send it to the graveyard to activate its effect and summon Horace the Black Flame Dragon level
I like the
6.
delay that there was. That's very
It was
funny.
at the bottom of my deck.
Oh, fantastic.
Your go.
You know, the irony of this is that this is only 2,300 because it's unaffected
It is
by
only
the seal.
2,300. It is a little bit rough.
That's still a problem, though, because, like, Horace is...
Big.
He is quite large. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, how do we deal with this? Let's go ahead and set 1 and 2 and throw it back.
During the end phase, I'm going to Dusty your new backer.
That is hilarious because it wasn't doing anything against Horace.
Okay, well, you know, we do what we must. Okay, so what are the chances that that's just a guy that severely fucks me?
Well, you already hit 1 man-eater bug.
Oh, here's a ruling I was not prepared to ask. Oh, goodness. Okay, hold up.
Are you gonna look it up, or would you like to ask?
Oh, I am looking it up. This will reveal so much about my strategy.
Okay.
All right, it does work. All right, Alex. I am about to make one of the plays of all time.
Okay.
I hope you're ready.
I'm not.
I am going to equip Horace the Black Flame Dragon level 6. I need you to stick with me on this one. With Wicked Breaking Flamberge Bow, discarding Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning.
Okay, so go ahead and elaborate here for all the folks
I
at
had
home.
to ask Coder this ruling. Wicked Breaking Flamberge Bow has 2 effects, one of which affects the equipped monster, the other affects the opponent's monster. Horace the Black Flame Dragon is not affected by the 500 boost to itself. However, because Wicked Breaking Flamberge's second effect applies to the opponent's monster, if I run over your monster by battle here, its effect does not activate even though
Wouldn't
Horace 6
be
is
sealed
unaffected.
Showdown without some of this nonsense. Joke's on you, it's a Mystic Swordsman level 2.
Oh, rip! I discarded everything for nothing, but it wasn't for nothing, Aleximo, because during the end phase,
Go
I will
ahead.
declare
Yeah,
the effect
yeah,
of
yeah,
Horace the
yeah,
Black
yeah.
Flame Dragon
Go
level
ahead.
6, sending it and Wicked Breaking Flamberge to neg me for 1,000,000 because
It was in
Horace
the
8
hand!
is in my hand!
I will tell you right now. I will tell you right now. I've got a handful of cards that do it, buddy. All right, let's see
All
if
right.
that is not what that is. Wow, that is way too late. Holy shit. Okay. So Horace is just Jinzo for spells, if my memory serves. Oh no, you can just
Horace
choose to
is,
negate it.
yeah, it's
Okay.
Naturia Beast.
Yeah, which is infinitely worse in my situation. I am just going to set a pair and throw it back.
All right, draw for turn. And now is the part where I just attack into something that auto kills it. I'll attack.
Mechanical Chaser.
Oh,
wish.
excellent.
He
It's
has that little
working.
pointy sword.
All right.
But no.
I'll set a monster and pass the turn.
Please. That is comedy. That is actual comedy. Go.
All right, draw for turn. Do I just like put you on the Giga clock here?
I mean, I'm already taking 3K at this rate, so that's pretty close.
Sure, why not? I will... if that's Torrential, and Torrential is in this set, I don't actually want to summon a monster here. I'm going to attack in with Horace.
I'll take it.
All right, your turn.
Come on.
All right.
Be gentle.
Draw for turn. Let's go Horus Direct.
Okay, thankfully I have Compulse for
Oh,
you,
it just
Horus.
occurred to me you have actually been taking less damage than you're supposed to. Horus has 3,500 because it is affected by Seal.
Yes,
Okay.
so that was, I only took one Horus hit, yes.
Yes. Okay.
And
well,
thankfully that's back in your hand, so.
Main phase 2, I will set a monster, and it's your go.
We live to see another day. Oh my god, or not. Go ahead.
All right, draw for turn.
You can't hard tribute Horus, can you?
No, you can't.
Okay, I was about to say, that might just be in the cards here if you could.
And now it's time for Sangan Beats.
Woo, sure.
Beats by Sangan. All right, attacking indirect.
It's 1,500. I mean, it's not...
Not bad, yeah.
Yeah,
Main
not
phase
bad.
2, I'm going to set another mysterious monster, and it's your go.
Okay, speaking of mysteries, for Sangan, does the Seal of Orichalcos go above its middle eye, or does it, like, the third eye just get the seal? I
Ooh,
wonder.
interesting question. I think it actually gets a Seal of Orichalcos where its nose should be.
I can't believe I'm about to fucking do what I'm thinking. I think I have to Soul Taker your fucking Sangan.
Oh my god. Sure, I will take a free 1,000 in a Sangan search here.
Yeah, it's a big neg, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Let's see what you got.
What am I gonna get out of deck? Why don't I grab myself a nice Gravekeeper's Assailant?
Didn't want to see that. I'll throw another one down. Over to you.
All right, draw for turn. I mean, that arguably does it. Normal summon another Horus 4.
Okay, we're gonna trap hole this. No more
Okay,
nonsense
all
here.
right. Your go.
Please. Okay, that's a good one. I'm a bit sussed out that you just have these two guys sitting face down and they're not doing anything.
I promise they do nothing.
I don't believe you. So
Okay.
the question now is, what are they? You could have not flipped recruiters, but I feel like there's no real reason for you not to. What else is in this set that's like worth setting? Maneater Bug, obviously. I feel like that's like the main one, and I'm gonna have to get through these eventually. So let's just run out Kaiku.
Oh my god, if this happens the way that I want it to, this is going to be the stupidest way I've ever won a game. Yeah, go for it.
Battle, I'm gonna roll for whatever I'm attacking here. Let's hit this one.
Unfortunate. It won't be the stupidest way I've ever won a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is Wadapon.
Oh, okay. That would have been infinitely funnier. Go ahead.
All right, draw for turn. This is still pretty good. I will flip summon Gravekeeper's Guard.
I
targeting
see.
Kaiku.
Sure.
And then I will normal summon the Assailant.
I've got Bottomless for the Assailant.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'll try to get in for 15.
You will get in for 15.
All right, main phase 2, I will set a back row, and it is your go.
The Seal, man, it's just too good. I'm going to run out Kaiku. Can we get in?
No.
That's a no. Okay. He's gone. You have to kill me with something, so...
Fair enough.
If you don't have a monster, I'm not dead.
I unfortunately do have a monster. It is a Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier. I
On the
will get in for game.
Yeah. Oh my god. I could have done a couple of things differently that game, but the main thing is that Seal of Orichalcos put in fucking work. I just, like, every one of my monsters was just outclassed by yours, and I just couldn't keep up with it. It was so frustrating.
It's a very strong card.
It is, and hopefully you only have one of it and you just don't draw it. That would be ideal. Best of luck, buddy.
Okay.
This hand is fine, I guess. Let's go set 1, 2, 3 and throw it to you. I have back row this time.
You do have backup. Oh, good. Let's run out a Gravekeeper's Descendant. Battle phase, I'm going to attack into your face down.
It is a giant rat.
Ooh.
I will grab, to no one's surprise, a giant rat.
Not sure about that one. All right, I am going to set 2 back row right into both imperm columns.
That's the goal.
And I am going to pass the turn.
We'll draw. There's probably a 0% chance that this connects. Normal mechanical chaser.
Uh-oh.
Battle. Try it.
Nah.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. He's gone. Second main, I'll just turn the rat sideways. And I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay, draw for turn. I don't think I have a good reason to attack into rat right now. I'm going to set a back row and pass the turn.
I'll draw. That's frustrating. Main 1. I guess if you have no reason to attack, then neither do I. I'll just set 1, throw it back.
Okay. Let's draw for turn. That's very, very funny. That's actually hilarious. Let's dusty this back row.
Oh, thank you so much for letting me
God
do
damn
this.
it. Oh, no, that's actually
Oh,
so good
judgment!
for you.
Oh, thank you very much. You could have
You're
judgmented
very
it, Robert.
welcome. Oh, of course that was the one that worked.
Oh, that felt
that's
good.
So
That felt
good
good.
for you. Well, let's force that back row. I'm going to normal summon Horus 4.
Yeah, that'll force it.
Yeah, I had the feeling. I am going to set a back row. And if that's DD Warrior, you're probably going to try and attack into Descenda anyway. I'm going to attack into your face down.
It is Recruiter.
Oh, interesting. That could be not good for me. Your go.
I'll draw. I'll throw one down, I guess.
All right. Fair enough.
Let's put... am I in like a rush? Not really. We're kind of just chilling out here. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Draw for turn. That's not a terrible one. I'm going to normal summon my second Gravekeeper's Descendant.
Sounds good.
And I'll use my first Gravekeeper's Descendant to pop your rat.
It's gone.
And I will go into battle. Let's see what this new face down is.
It's
the second recruiter. What is going on?
I was really hoping you were going to Descendant that, because that would have been even funnier if you did.
I'll
but...
set a back row and pass.
All right, I'll draw.
God, I would be absolutely destroying you if I hadn't hit exactly Dust Tornado.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. All right, main phase 1. So, yeah, I'll put one of these guys forward.
Fascinating choice. Okay.
We'll attack.
Yeah.
So I'll take 3.
Hit me with a hot rush recklessly? No.
Nope.
Okay. We're using its
I'll
effect.
just activate.
Okay.
And main 2, we'll run him out.
Nah.
Sounds good to me. You're running low on cards over there, buddy.
I am
I'll
running
pass.
low on cards. Oh, that's a funny card, but it's not a particularly helpful one right here. Yeah, I am super far behind. I guess you went first and you got the hot 2-for-1 off of that Dusty.
Yep.
I mean, if it's not Descendant and you haven't been attacking my Descendants, then I don't think I'm actually that worried. Your go. Eventually, I'll draw into monsters that accomplish things, I promise. Oh,
so
God, of course you just draw into him. Yeah, that's fine.
Battle.
Yeah. Yeah, I will take 300, and you can banish the other one.
Yep. I'll take rid of your Horus 2.
All right.
And 12.
Let's go Rite of Spirit here.
To resurrect the Descendant.
Yeah. Whoops.
Sure.
Get him this way.
Second main. That's all I got. Go ahead.
Okay. Draw for turn. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. I can stabilize with this move. I don't like it, but it mostly does what I want it to. I'm going to Soul Taker Kaiku.
Sure. I'll gain 1,000.
And then I'll attack into Recruiter.
I will not be using the effect, unfortunately.
Ooh. Set pass.
Gives you a little bit of insight into my card pool. Main one. Let's just go set and set. Throw back.
Got himself a back row. I mean, you could have Mirror Force, you could have Torrential. We'll see what you got. Any response to summon?
Nope.
Okay. Let's go into battle. I'm gonna swing in with Spear Soldier.
You idiot, Robert.
God damn!
Where's your seal now?
Oh God, in my deck somewhere. I'll pass the turn. Not descending a recruiter.
Why not? I think it's funny. All right, made phase 1. Let's go for Mechanical Chaser.
He's big.
Let's try to take out Descendant.
God, someday I'll draw a big monster.
Jesus Christ. Second main, go ahead.
And draw for turn. I'm so mad. Oh, why this card? Why now?
Horus level 8, baby. Horus level 8.
Okay.
You know you want to. You know you want to. It's too tempting.
The thing is, if you get a decently sized monster, I can't take it out anyway. Yeah, it's not worth it. Your go.
All right.
I get seal. I'm okay anyway.
Okay. I think I just want to do cleanup duty, in all honesty. I don't have to, but like I just don't like you having Descendant. I'm going to Swords of Concealing Light your board.
Ooh, that's cute. Yeah.
We'll put you forward, bring out Shining Angel.
Oh,
and then
wow,
just
that really is cleanup duty.
Yeah. It's functionally a board wipe in this case.
Yeah,
so
that card's real
I'll
solid.
pass. Yep.
Draw
not
for
bad.
turn.
Good.
That's hilarious. Just gonna set a monster and pass.
Mystic Swordsman off the top. It's not Mystic Swordsman. All right. We'll try, I guess.
God, I wish you drew Mystic Swordsman. It's Sangan.
That would have been funny. Yeah.
What am I gonna get off of Sangan? You got a bunch of pretty dinky dudes. Society, if I could search for Horus 6 off of Sangan, or Horus 4
I think they
off of
specifically
Sangan.
made that card to have 1,600 instead of 1,500.
Oh my God. Okay.
UFO Turtle players would have rejoiced.
I'm going to grab a Tomat off of this.
Sure.
And I'll take 12.
Second main, let's go 1 and 2. Over to you.
Stop setting back row. Who told you to do that? Yeah, sure. Tomat.
Sure.
Battle.
Who are you going for?
Going after the recruiter.
I'll take 2. No
Heck
effect.
yeah.
I drew all 3 of them back to back to back. I am very
that's
frustrated
awful.
about that.
That is terrible.
Yeah, not ideal, I'll be honest. Let's go. This gets destroyed. It's my second standby phase.
Oh, yeah.
Flip to pop.
Ew. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty inevitable.
1850.
I'll take 1850.
I'll pass.
All right. Oh, if that connects. Might as well try for it. Normal summon Horus 4.
Sure.
Battle phase. Horus 4 into Maneater.
I don't like it, but is there a better way to do this? Let me think. I will book the Horus.
That's unsurprising. We'll set him. It's your go.
Okay. That's pretty solid. DD Warrior Lady.
Ugh, you're not kidding about that being solid. Yeah.
14.
Here we go. I'll take 1950.
I don't know about the Maneater bug, I'm thinking.
Okay.
This puts you at what, 3150?
Yeah.
I will actually hit with the Maneater bug. That puts you at lethal if I do. Actually,
Okay.
you're lethal anyway, but whatever. Who cares? Go.
All right, draw for turn. Normal summon Gravekeeper's Assailant.
Sure.
And I will activate the seal of Orichalcos. Lovely of it to show up now. I'll try to get into Sangan.
I will compulse your assailant.
Yeah, that's game. Oh, that was a frustrating series
That was a
of
lot
draws.
better when you didn't have seal. Good lord.
Well, that was whack. I gotta say, I will tell you, I did open with Horus 8 in hand.
Hilarious. Hilarious. I figured. Let's go 3 for 3,
my
please.
hand.
3 for 3.
So between that and you hitting the Dusty on my Dusty, I've been in a little bad of shape for card advantage, but this game I get to go first.
I think it balanced out with the
turn
fact that I whiffed 2 recruiter searches, so that makes you feel better.
That is fair. Ooh. This is not the worst open I've had. I will tell you that. I'm going to open with a normal summon Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier, and I will activate the Seal of Orichalcos!
That's so bad. Yep.
Gaining 500 attack to all my monsters. I will set a... set 2 back row and pass the turn.
This card is a fucking FTK. All right.
This card's ridiculous.
I'm legitimately gonna Soul Taker your Spear Soldier.
If you are that desperate, I will happily take
You're on my body. Are you serious?
Yeah, you've got a million destruction cards, and I gotta stick a Horus 4 somehow.
God. I guess just for Horus, it makes sense when you put it that way. Okay. Let's go 1, 2. Over to you.
Draw for turn. Oh, that's a pretty decent card. Well, let's go into battle phase and see what you got.
It's a Shining Angel, so I'm going to take a lot of damage here. But I do get the effect, which is what I wanted. Let's go for Warrior Lady.
Ooh. Main phase 2, I'm just gonna Soul Taker that Warrior Lady. I ain't dealing with her.
All right, she's gone. I'll gain my 1,000.
And it is your go.
We'll draw. Jesus, it does not get easier, does it? Sadly, I think I'm just passing.
All right, I do like to hear that. That's not a terrible card, but I don't think this is the time for it. Let's go into battle phase. I'm gonna attack in with Spear Soldier.
I want to take 2k. I think I'm going to Raigeki break him.
Ooh, okay.
Thinking on the cost. Let's get rid of this Mystic Swordsman.
All right, and buddy, you are going to be pretty mad about this one. I'll
bring him
activate
right
Rite
back?
of Spirit
Sure.
to bring him right back,
That's
and
fine.
I'll attack in for 2k.
I had a feeling that was right, but again, there's nothing else I could have done about it, so.
Main phase 2, honestly, this seems like as good a time as any to normal summon Horus 6.
Fuck. I was like so afraid of you just sacking for Horus 6, but
I'll set 1 and pass.
it's just gonna keep getting worse. Main 1. Horus has to kill something in battle. Can I afford for that to happen? I may not have a choice. I will set and pass.
All right, draw for turn. Let's go into battle. If that's a man-eater bug, you were going to kill me anyway.
It's Kaiku.
It is Kaiku. Is this the time to just press it?
Have another right.
I do have another right. Let's
Okay.
bring back our Spear Soldier.
Take 2k.
That is correct. Someday my interface will allow this. And then main phase 2, I'll set a back row, and buddy, it is time once again. I didn't draw it this game. We will declare the effect of Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6.
I was like, there's
to
one card
special
left.
summon from my deck. Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 with 3,500 attack.
Okay, I have Graceful Charity off the top. There's hope.
I will declare the Horus the Black
Oh,
Flame
negates! I
Dragon
forgot!
level 8 to negate.
All right, we're always losing this
Would
game,
you like
then.
to take that back?
I could,
that
but
is a
I think I'm
perfectly
dead
fine
anyway,
thing.
so I appreciate
Okay.
the effort. I will try to not die here, but go ahead.
All right, draw for
I'm not
turn.
used to something just nat beasting me in sealed Showdown, so.
You know, a hell of a card. Let's normal summon out a DD Warrior to see if we can close this out, whether or not this is the bug. I'll attack in with Spear Soldier.
It is Mystical Elf.
Oh, I will not win this turn.
You will not win this turn.
I could get very close if I wanted to be greedy with DD Warrior, but I see absolutely no reason to do that. I'll attack it.
Makes 17. Even if you attacked with Horus, that would have been at 100 life points. So.
All right. I'll pass the turn on that.
All right, I'll draw. Yeah, that's not good enough. You got it, buddy.
Let's go!
Fucking, your hand was so perfect that game. That wasn't even funny.
It was a really, really good
insane
hand. Yeah.
So here was my cheese that of course, I opened this. I shouldn't have mocked you. So I have like 11 or 12, maybe 13 darks. And the way that these games were going, they were going a long time. So I'm like, okay, maybe if I like draw this mid to late game, this card isn't that terrible, right? It's actually kind of insane, but yeah, it was just, this could have been anything else and it would have been more beneficial. I drew the Regeki break 1 turn too late. You saw the Graceful, and I had his second Mystic Swords in level 2. So I was not doing anything against your board. That was just way too much pressure for me. I'm telling you, Seal won you this episode.
Seal is absurd.
Seal is absurd. And I'm guessing you only have one of it?
I do only have one, and you have probably sussed out that it is to supplement 2 copies of Necro Valley that I had.
Yeah.
Not only to pump up my Gravekeepers, but also to deal with your Seal if it hit the board.
Sure, makes sense. I didn't pull Seal. I pulled 1 Necro Valley, and the only Gravekeepers I was on...
My brother in Christ, Seal of Orichalcos is a promo.
I only had... Oh, well then I wasn't playing it at all. I wasn't even looking for promos, buddy. I just opened packs. So that was a mistake on my part. I 100% should have been playing that then. Yeah, I just had 3 Recruiter and a Descendant. I also had a Spear Soldier and a Assailant in the side with Necro Valley and 2 Rite of Spirit. The problem was I had double BLS, and so I'm like, this sort of contradicts BLS, which is like infinitely better. But, you know, it is what it is.
So you may have wondered, game 1, about the Wadapon that you saw. So I also pulled 2 BLS, but my light lineup was god-awful.
Okay.
And I figured if I could search Wadapon off of Sangan, special summon it as a blocker, and then just have it go to grave without any further ado, I would be able to use both of my BLSs without giving up any deck space for them. So that was the plan there.
No, that makes sense. The only lights that I had Shining Angel, Warrior Lady. I actually sided in the Mystical Elves because I figured actually against your Gravekeeper lineup, the only thing in the Gravekeeper lineup that runs over Mystical Elf is Commandant, funny enough, when it's buffed by either Necro Valley or Seal. So I figured like having those 2k walls was actually quite good. Sadly, I didn't get a Guard or a Spy or anything, so I just didn't have I didn't feel like it was worth it to supplement it. And especially when I saw you were on it, I don't know. It just felt like you had a better Gravekeeper pool than I did, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, my Gravekeeper pool was by far and away the best thing about my pulls, I'd say. Because my monster lineup otherwise was deeply suspect.
I mean, it seems like you had some okay stuff. I got like crazy with some of my pulls. I got triple Kaiku, which is secret rare. I also got the 2 BLSs as well. I got, I mean, everything else is like sort of like fine. I got 2 Mechanical Chasers, which like isn't an effect monster, but it's sort of bigger than most things in the set when you don't have Seal of Orichalcos up, obviously. And yeah, I mean, I just tried to play as much good stuff as I could. The Dark Greffers that you see in here now, I actually brought those in over the the Recruiters, because I'm like, damn, if these were Dark Greffers, I could have just been beating your face in last game so easily, and plus I wanted it for the Dark Creator too. Yeah, so I figured it just made more sense to have those in, but I didn't even see them, so it didn't even matter. Your Horus level 4 into level 8 strat ended up paying off. I think I only pulled 1 Horus level 4, so I could not play this.
Yeah, I noticed the Horus 4s were like legitimately the only decent monsters I got outside of Necro Valley's interaction with
Wow, you had Heavy too. Jeez.
I did have Heavy, yeah. So the plan game 1, and I sided into a probably better strategy. I took the Wadapons, the Wadapon, the BLSs, and a Sangan out for double Giant Rat DD Warrior. Because this strat just was a little too cheesy to work out. The plan was to keep you off of plays with Necro Valley for the entire game, and then either IO or heavy away my own Necro Valley in order to win with BLS.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because you actually have the tools. I'm looking at this. I was never winning this. Your removal suite is so much better than mine. I pulled 0 sack. I didn't pull Dark Hole. I didn't have IO or Judgment. All I had was Bottomless, I had Compulse. What else did I have? I had one Trap Hole. I had Regeki Breaks and Wind Blast is what I was working with. So, I mean, like, your removal was way more efficient than mine. So, I feel like this was this was a tough one for me, just based off the pulls here.
The DM pulls were on the other foot.
They were. And it's like with Horus, especially because I didn't have like efficient ways to deal with Horus. That's just a nightmare because that just gets out of hand so quickly. Aside from BLS, I didn't have any other like decent payoff. I had the first game I tried having in Silent Swordsman 3 and 5 because if you kill a Shining Angel, I just summon 3 and then level it into 5 on the next turn. But like that was it. I mean, it's like okay, and I only had one of it though, so it wasn't like that fantastic. So just the fact you had access to the 4s and the 6, I just think you had the better deck this time, in all honesty.
Yeah, I think these pulls worked out really well for me. I was a little afraid of the DM staple spell cards, and I guess I didn't have to be, especially with the aid of Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 on my side.
I did have BLS in that game 1 with the Warrior Lady, but I didn't think it didn't make sense because my plan was to get your life points lower, and I was hoping to hit another light by that time, and I just didn't hit another light, so I kind of just ate it for not letting the DD Warrior Lady go to grave, because I could have BLS, but you had back row anyway, so I don't think it even mattered that I could have waited there. So that was probably a misplay on my part, and I probably could have maybe won that first game potentially, but you got it, buddy. Good games. You well-deserved.
Good games.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout out the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout out to Shadow1317, Tim00x3, Moto, MBT Playing with Dolce, Cameron Smith, Pony Stark, Part 2, The Synchro Guide, Dan Manhoben, Phoenix the Immortal, Dixon Yamada, Draconic, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, Valen Jackson, Little Fadeleaf, Dylan Hunter, Cody Brett's Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet, Imuna Taisho, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Max, Matthew Brady, Twinkle Muncher, Dalton, Luabon, Yodabon. I've tried reading cards before, it was horrible, and my guinea pigs had to give me therapy. Helios515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, Cheeks McLafferty, Stolfin Amethyst, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnels, Wonder Waffle, MBT canceled by all community soon, canceled by all committee soon, canceled by all players soon, Sakura-san, Shrugzix, The Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corvain, and True Dragon Gaming. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.